Good evening, everyone. Right now it's 10:30 on Friday, May 7th, 2021. There really isn't any news to speak of today. By the way, did anyone tune into that documentary the show that was on TV yesterday? It was all about the history of canoeing, and it was actually quite informative. For one thing, I learned that talking about canoeing puts me right to sleep. Oh dear. There I go, prattling on about my personal TV habits. Sorry, folks. And with that, I'll get back to you and your supporting you and your enjoyment of the island. All right. Oh God, it has been the last time I played Animal Crossing on the TV was the last time I streamed it for day 400. Oh, it's so weird. Did you enjoy the maze? I sure did. What a better way to end than a fateful meetup. In that spirit, I'd like to make our mark on the moment with a memento, a photo of me. And we got Dodo Airlines, yes. But yeah, so since I've been playing Animal Crossing exclusively in tabletop, handheld, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. And this is my first time seeing it on the big screen again, and it feels weird. Praise be unto Helix. It's been so long. You know how this goes, morning routine time. I am starting way later than I wanted tonight. My original plan was to do it at 8, but then I kind of got a little sidetracked, and by the time I actually had just a little bit of time, because today's probably going to be a short day. That's my hope anyways. Yeah, by the time I had a little bit of time, it was already like 8. It was already like 8:40ish, and I had something to do at 9. Because yeah, I was hoping I was gonna try to make today's quick, no matter what. And it might not be. Now that we have more time, I might as well be longer. I mean, technically, I still stream 3 times a week. It's just not. I've been streaming on Mondays and Tuesdays. Yeah, no, it's admittedly I want to stream more, but it's just my schedule and everything, and the Switch breaking that kind of threw everything in a whack. But hey, it's good to see you again. It's been a while. All right, what will we? We got fossils, we got trees. Some things haven't changed. We'll go talk to him in a little bit. We might even go help out, what's his face today? Or, what's her face? Sable. Because we gotta do something tonight. So, when we streamed on day 400, not much had changed on the island. And not much has changed on the island as well. But I have, okay, there's our last fossil over there. Some things have changed, that's for sure. Can we? Ah, that's a shame. That would be funny if we could volt across that. I mean, it makes sense why we can't. So we know where our last fossil is. Since the last time we stream, I mentioned in an episode of 3D World that Nan had moved away. One of my favorites, Nan. I was like, she's been on the island for over a year now. It was time to let her go. So I did, and I went out looking for a few people. Didn't find anybody who I was looking for, but I stumbled into Cousin Pietro. Hey, what's the good word? Another day in paradise, as I like to call it. Hi. Let's talk to Zuck. This might seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but you want to buy my paisley bandana? Sure, how much? I was thinking 700. Yeah, sure, whatever. But yeah, so I was walking around and I ran into after like probably over 40 tickets. Like probably a few hours. I ran into after like 40 tickets. I ran into Pietro, and I was like, you know what? Let's take Cousin Pietro. He's been a part of the series technically. I mean, he was in our dream. I guess it's time to make our dreams a reality. So yeah, Cousin Pietro's on the island. And yeah, it's cool to have him. Of course, now I have to get rid of Marshall, but... whatever. There's one... Okay, so this is the project I've been working on. We have this little... Like, so I've been taking... we have this empty area that I occasionally use to do stupid shit. And I wanted to, like, set up... I don't know. I wanted to set up something. So I did all this, and I got this. You know how I have, like, the Be Right Back screen? This one? And then I have the animated version, right, where it's like got all the stuff, even though I don't really use it that often. Well, I've actually collected a bunch of other clips for Be Right Backs, and I've just never used any of them. Like, there's a KK Slider one, there's a Whitney and Audie one. I think the KK Slider one has Whitney and Audie in it. But I've never actually, like, used any of them. Well, I wanted one of the right, like the forest and like this little bench, because it's been raining a lot on the island recently. But it just, like, since I set this all up, because I want the shot, it just hasn't rained since then. So I have this all set up at the moment, and I'm just waiting for it to rain. And I planted 10 trees, but then I was like, oh, I think I need 2 more just to, like, even things out. Well, if it isn't, I'm so glad to hear your voice. I'm just making things go along, but I know one thing for sure. Moving was the best decision I ever made. Give me your photo, Marshall. I'm trying to get photos from all the villagers. I finally got Audie's photo. But yeah, so I set up this little thing. It's not a permanent thing or anything, but I just set it up for the moment. I might as well. I guess we should take out this tree. But yeah, and then there's one other thing that's changed on the island. We'll see if we bump into them somewheres around here. We'll look around. They're not in their house, so they've got to be somewheres around. I don't know. We'll go take a look. Yeah, one other thing has changed. But yeah, other than that, no, the island's basically the same. That's my plan at the moment. I don't really, like, plan on changing things too much. Did I set Turtle School back to normal before the last stream? I don't remember if that happened before or after the last stream. I turned Turtle School back into Turtle School. I think that happened at some point, but I don't remember. I don't remember if that happened between streams or not. But yeah, Turtle School is Turtle School again. That happened. Yeah, anything else? Not that I can really think of. I gotta go to get that last fossil. Yeah, the island's still going fine. You know, it's funny. I struggled to get purple windflowers for so long, and now I got 3 of them, plus the other ones sitting around the island. And now I need another purple pansy, but I can't find one. I'm trying to get one to spawn. I don't think I've tried cloning one, but I'm just trying to get one to spawn, and they won't. Which is a little frustrating, but whatever. So we can't actually sell anything tonight, so I guess I shouldn't worry about that. I do want to stop inside and grab... I'm still trying to get photos. So... yeah, we're still trying to get photos. Because I did finally... I've had Whitney's for, like, over a month. And I finally got, Audie's the other day. So those are the 2. Plus, I have Zucks, I have Lucky's, I have Coco's. I now have, okay, those are the Bell vouchers. So I did Rover. I was thinking about doing Rover's Island thing today, but I'm pretty sure it ended... It either ends today or it ended yesterday. But either way, I did the Rover Island thing, so I'm not worrying about that. So yeah, I have all that jazz now. But yeah, I got all those... There were a lot more Bell vouchers this time. Like before, I think the last time you did it, you got 4. This time you get 9. I think that maybe you got 6 last time. I don't remember. But I definitely feel like you get a lot more. But yeah, the island's still the island. Not much has really changed. Everything's going good. Yeah. And I don't know, I felt like we needed to do one. We'll probably talk about it at the end. But I just wanted to do one more Animal Crossing stream. Because I still haven't stopped playing Animal Crossing yet. I still play it every day. We're 400 something days in. And yeah, I haven't stopped playing. But I think I might. I think it's time. At least for the moment. I don't know. You know, it's hard to make a habit. And then it's hard to break a habit as well. Right? Like, it took me it was like, oh yeah, you gotta work at it every day. God, I've gotten so many baby rompers trying to get photos. For some reason, that's like all Marshall gives me. Yeah, it's hard to make a habit and it's hard to break a habit. But I think I'm gonna have to break the habit of Animal Crossing. I think on one hand, it is, yes, I've done everything I wanted to do. But on the other hand, I kind of want to, now that the Switch it overheats. It's going to overheat tonight. I know it will before we're done. And I'm just thinking, like, you know, maybe I should just stop using the Switch, turn it off, and just put it away for a while. Then maybe in like a year or then maybe either when the Switch Pro comes out or whatever, maybe it'll start working fine again. It won't. But like maybe if I just shut it all, and because right now I'm turning it on just to play Animal Crossing every day. But maybe it's time to stop. Maybe it's time to just turn off the Switch and let it go for a while. I'm thinking about it, and that would mean I need to stop playing Animal Crossing, which I'm thinking about. Because there are rumors. I guess people have been data mining the new update, the 1.0 update. And there's even more hints in the 1.0 update about a museum like gift shop and a museum cafe that are separate buildings. It looks like it looks like they may not be part of the museum, kind of like how right, like how the other buildings have no connection. So that's totally possible. So that may come at any point. And then the other thing is there's rumors of being able to also in the code either like a second island. There's like something about like a second island or being able to like expand your island or something like that, which I think would be cool. It'd be cool if like you could build your own, if they added in the customization kit, the ability to make your own beaches. Oh, here he is. So, right. So Nan left. And I found Pietro. The same day cousin Pietro moved in, Sid showed up at the campsite. Sid is one of the new villagers added to New Horizons. Like Audie, like Raymond. I think Renee is one of them. There were 8 new villagers added in New Horizons. Sid is one of them. And Dom's another one. We almost had Dom on the island. Almost. In hindsight, I should have just taken him. I don't remember who we wanted to replace. But yeah, I've said before we needed a new cranky villager, and right now I need a new jock. Sid is cranky, so I was like, you know what? I'll take him. He moved away Cherry, which Cherry's right. I mean, Cherry we can bring back at any point. So I was like, you know what? I'll take Sid. So yeah, and now there's I don't know, I thought, again, I want to create, and now I want a jock. The last villager I want to find is a jock. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. So let's say side ahead to Sid. You here to see Audie? Me too. Rockin'. Huh? Can't fathom why, but I didn't expect you to see you visit an old Audie. Rockin'. He says, doesn't Cherry say rockin'? Sid and me are hanging out today. This is prob's gonna be a great chance to get to know Sid a little better. Yeah, I mean, he replaced Cherry, and his house is like almost the same as Cherry's. It uses the same color scheme, and we can't see the interior, but the interior is basically the same as... I mean, okay, admittedly, Cherry's house was very suave, and his is more of like rockstar-ish. But yeah, I don't know, I'm fine with Sid. Sid is, of all the new villagers, everyone thinks about Audie, Dom, or Raymond. But Sid, I think, is kind of underappreciated. Oh, we don't have medicine. I mean, I guess we could go make our own. We have weeds on us. Maybe we could make our own medicine tonight. Maybe that'll something we'll work towards. I'm looking for the last DIY. I think Lucky or Marina has to have it. But yeah, there's been all sorts of rumors of new updates and whatnot. I would love for customization, for you to be able to like customize beaches, and like maybe you could change like where like the rivers are. Like maybe you could have like you could trade like where river spots are, so like where they basically make the island 100% customizable, right? So that way you could change everything. Maybe you could get rid of your island's ocean and just pave it over with dirt, or maybe make a beach or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, the one thing I don't know how they change is like these rocks. I don't know how they do any of that. But it would be, if they were to want it to be like, hey, the island's now bigger, or something like that. Like maybe the island now, like you could take your island and like extend it in a direction to like make it longer or taller or whatever. I mean, yeah, left or right, whatever. I think that would be a cool change. Again, that's, god damn it, I have found and the signpost we need only comes from Jocks, which is the one villager class I don't have. But yeah, that's where we're at with Animal Crossing. I don't know, I still, Nintendo has dropped, we talked a few weeks ago when the 1.10 update was announced, how Nintendo, because they really just need a 2.0 update. It really just, Animal Crossing really needs its big 2.0 update that adds in all sorts of new things. And while I still defend the game as being good, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, honestly. I hope it does, but it might not. But yeah, I don't know, I still like it. Among all else, I still like Animal Crossing. I'm gonna miss it. I am. Theoretically. I don't know. Honestly, even though I say I guess. I don't know. Even though I say I'm willing to leave it all behind, I might not. Who knows? It just fucking sucks my Switch broke. That really... I mean, I'm glad it didn't break during the Animal Crossing series. And I'm glad that it didn't, like, just completely break outright, that I can still, like, use it. Like, I can still stream with it from time to time. But yeah, in the future, things on stream are gonna change. They're gonna be weird. That's to say. That's for certain. I don't know how things are gonna change, but they for sure are. And I, for one, am not looking forward to it. Give me a second, I'm doing something stupid. There we go. Alright, I guess we should... I have a little water. I forgot to go get it. So I guess let's start about the news for tonight. Our first story is PlayStation is integrating with Discord. Now, admittedly, I don't remember... This story broke on, like, Monday, and I don't remember all the details of it, so I should probably look something up. But just from what I remember, like, I saw people, like, saying, like, oh, it was PlayStation, because Microsoft was rumored to buy Discord. It turns out they aren't. But I saw people, like, freaking out, like, oh, is PlayStation gonna buy Discord now? PlayStation's not buying Discord. That's not what this is. This is more, because there had been, like, talk, like, Discord had said before that they wanted, like, Switch integration. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you could, like, use Discord on your Switch to, like, voice chat with your friends? And I think they've considered doing that on other platforms as well, other than Switch. Like, because I don't think Xbox has anything in it besides for, you know, their default voice chat functions. But it looks like PlayStation in the future, sometime I think later this year, maybe next year, is going to have Discord integration. So, like, you can access Discord on your PlayStation and, like, use all of Discord's features on your PlayStation. that's what I think the story is. And to that end, I don't think that's bad, right? Like, I thought the idea of bringing, especially because Nintendo's online shit is so bad. I mean, like, Mario Kart or Mario Party, Super Mario Party, is the first game that allows you to invite friends via the Switch's friend list. Before, you couldn't do that before it. That's fucking stupid. And the fact that it's a feature that's been on the Switch. It took them until, like, the Switch's, like, 9.0 update to get that feature. And we're now at, like, 12.0, and only a single game uses it. I mean, I'm sure Splatoon 2 will use it. It'd be fucking ridiculous if it didn't. Splatoon better have cross saves as well. It'd be fucking ridiculous if it didn't. But yeah, no, to this end, I think, because I don't like the idea of Discord being bought by Microsoft. That sounded terrible, right? And just because, you know, big corporations don't need to get any bigger, even though they keep getting bigger and bigger all the time. I cannot, God, the stupid cell phone merger between, what was it, AT&T, or not AT&T, T-Mobile and Sprint. God, and then Disney buys whatever it wants, and the companies are getting too big, you know. That's, we really, and it's like, we really need to someone needs to just fucking step up and break up these big monopolies, like Amazon, like Google, like Facebook. Facebook's another one. They just need to be broken up. The government needs to do its fucking job. Oh God, the Apple versus Epic lawsuits going on right now. That's something that's going on. Which, do I have anything else to say about? That would be a perfect transition right there. But do I have anything else to say about PlayStation and Discord? Because I don't really remember the story all that much. I guess I don't. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Discord is such a nice service. It works really well, like much better than Skype. So I'm totally down for it. Of course, when push came to shove, all of a sudden all schools decided to use Zoom for some fucking reason. Don't get me wrong, I know Zoom is... Yeah, no, I'm just gonna leave it there. Everyone decided to use Zoom. It's a nightmare. God, yeah, do I have... I don't know. I added the story because I was like, yeah, you know, we were talking about Microsoft buying Discord, and now they've teamed up with PlayStation or whatever, and who knows where it'll go in the future. But speaking of the Apple versus Fortnite lawsuit, we might as well... So, the lawsuit's been going on, and, I mean, just today, I guess Apple called out, because I guess itch.io games are able to be sold in the Epic Game Store, and Apple called them out, itch.io, as being like an unregulated source of games. And that's funny in and of itself. Because, yeah, itch.io was like, oh, hey, guys, guess we're shutting down now because Apple says we're bad. I mean, that's kind of funny. Like, yeah. But it was a few days... So when the hearing started on Monday or Tuesday, in the court documents... It was, there's like a thing about, Epic talking about collaborations for Fortnite. And in it, there's talk about, getting Master Chief in Fortnite, getting Kratos in Fortnite, and getting Samus Aran in Fortnite. That's again, there was a rumor about this a while ago. Because one of the big things, Fortnite, I don't think this is going to happen. I bet this was just in talks. Yeah, I bet they were just, Epic reached out to Nintendo and was like, hey, can we do this? And there were probably talks. But there's no proof that this was ever going to happen or is going to happen in the future. But the reason I think it was in talks, because one of the previous seasons of Fortnite, the one that added in, I think, Master Chief, was all about bounty hunters. It was about getting the all the most famous bounty hunters from across like the multiverse. And Samus Aran is a bounty hunter. Even though I love that, I don't think it's real, but there's a story about how Nintendo thought bounty hunter meant like cool space job, and they didn't know that bounty hunter was like a real job that like people did. Because Retro was like, hey, during the development of Metroid Prime, they were like, hey, can we have Samus do like bounty hunting missions? And Nintendo had no idea what they meant by that. That's really fucking funny. I don't know if that story's real, and part of me doubts it, but knowing Nintendo, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Because I've seen Nintendo do some dumb shit. I don't, it's a funny story. So yeah, I like that. But yeah, because they did an entire season about bounty hunters. And I know nowadays, like the new season is about like, I mean, they got the freaking Russo brothers, the guys who directed Infinity War and Endgame, to direct the opening cinematic for the newest season of Fortnite. I mean, like, Epic is fucking unstoppable. But I know their big new season is all about like crossovers or whatever. And I know they've had like Predators in the game, The Mandalorian, Marvel, Star Wars. I said Predator already, right? There's Street Fighter. God, I remember when that happened. Epic is just an unstoppable juggernaut. And I mean, it's neat in its own way. I think both Marvel and DC have been in Fortnite, which is crazy. But yeah, Epic is unstoppable, and hopefully some of those cool skins get tailed over to Fall Guys, because I still love me some Fall Guys, even if I haven't been playing it since I reached max rank, because I just don't see it. I don't know. I can always get those crown shards, but I don't know. I've seen less reason to do it since I got max rank. I'm surprised we haven't found a single bee yet. We have shaken so many trees. But yeah, I don't know. Samus in Fortnite, it was just, right, Master Chief is there, Kratos is there, Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn is now in it. It would have just made sense. Honestly, and out of all the characters from Nintendo that could have been in Fortnite, I think Samus makes sense. She would really fit in. Because I know Samus isn't very popular. Like, the Metroid series is not super popular. Like, is it Animal Crossing has already sold more? We'll talk about Animal Crossing sales later. But Animal Crossing alone has sold more than every Metroid game combined, which blows my mind. Because I don't know, when I was younger playing Smash Bros, Metroid just felt like it always, like, growing up with like Smash Bros and stuff like that, it always felt like Metroid was like one of Nintendo's biggest franchises. It was, you know, like Marvel has or DC has Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and that's kind of like their trinity. Yeah, it always kind of felt like for Nintendo, their trinity was Mario, Link, and Samus. Of course, you grow up and you realize that no, that's completely fucking wrong. That Samus doesn't hold a candle to the other two. And to be fair, Zelda doesn't either. Zelda was not always. I mean, Breath of the Wild is huge, but it wasn't always this big. And it hasn't always done, like, Breath of the Wild is the best-selling game in the franchise. I mean, it's always done good, but it's never done as good. You know what I'm saying? God, we were 1 week short. Yeah, let's go deliver this to Audie. We also got all these sticks we can now sell tomorrow. A bee we can sell tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. It just made sense. Also, Link, because I know Link was in one of the Soul Calibur games. So Link would have also been a good crossover. Having the Master Sword in Fortnite would have been cool, kind of like when they did the Infinity Blade thing. But it was never gonna happen. It'd be cool, but Nintendo, like I said, with that whole Zelda Netflix show, it gives a good idea of what Nintendo is like and how fucking stingy Nintendo is with their own IP. Like, seriously, I think the whole Zelda Netflix thing just shows you how pretentious Nintendo is with their IP. And there's also a story this week about, like, Nintendo and someone from Illumination like working together on something. I don't remember. I did not read the story. That's why we're not talking about it tonight. But I know there was something to do with like Nintendo and Universal, which owns the studio Illumination, which is doing the Mario Brothers movie. I know there was something up with that, but we know Nintendo's fucking stingy as hell, which is why I'm surprised we know Nintendo is working on a Mario Brothers movie. So this is Sid's house. Yeah, no, it does kind of remind me of Audie's, honestly. Or, not Audie's, of Cherry's. Cherry's looked a lot nicer. His is more like guttural, I guess. But yeah, Sid's not bad to have. He's a Audie was our guitarist, whatever. He's a drummer. That's cool. Another member of the band. It's cool to have him. It's cool to have one more. Next up, I guess let's head back to the house real quick. We actually have a trailer to watch. You know what? We're just gonna go watch this fucking trailer, and then we'll come back and talk about it, shall we? Or no, we're not gonna watch this trailer. Let's just keep walking around a little bit. We're gonna watch the next trailer. I got my orders mixed up. So we got a new Marvel trailer. As you know, I'm a slave to the Marvel brand. Okay, at least the movie. I love the movies. When it comes to actual comic books, I read more DC, but I don't read that many comics in general. Hey, Lucky, how you doing? Okay, Lucky. So Marvel put out a new we've talked about in previous streams. We've talked about like the new Black Widow trailer, the new Shang-Chi trailer. We've talked about other things like that. Well, Marvel released a trailer for like Return to the Movies. Cause right, theaters are starting to open up. Even where I live, theaters are starting to open up again. So that's a good thing. And yeah, theaters are opening up, so Marvel put out a trailer that's like, hey, Marvel welcomes you to Return to the Movies. And it's kind of like a bunch of like, oh, look at this, right? Look how much the MCU's done. It's a little like self-congratulatory, but you know what? They fucking earned it. And the Stan Lee talking about everything, as you just see all these clips, and then they use the fucking clip from the opening night of Endgame. It's just like, fuck. They're playing with your heartstrings, and it fucking works. Of course it works. It's playing with your heartstrings, because Marvel knows what they're doing. And, it hurts. But we also got our first teaser for Eternals. I still have no idea what Eternals is. A work outfit. Okay, I know what to do for work outfit. We got our first little teaser for Eternals. That's again, Marvel has proven that they know what they're doing. I'm sure it'll be fine. But Eternals is kind of like how I said Shang-Chi was weird. It's because I would have expected Iron Fist, but Iron Fist already had the Netflix show that wasn't that great. Which sucks, because Iron Fist, one of the few Marvel comics I have read is Iron Fist and Power Man. And I would have loved, and I know the second season of Luke Cage did some stuff with had like the two of them working together, but still, I don't know. We'll take what we can get, I guess. I don't know. Eternals. Didn't the director just win an Oscar the other week? Because yeah, I did not give a shit about the Oscars. I talked about that. Did not give a fuck. Let's get changed. I know exactly what we're gonna wear. But yeah, so that happened all of a sudden. But no, the trailer, it plays with your heartstrings, but it is self-congratulatory. But you know what? It's fucking good. It's a good trailer. It works really well. And yeah, it was just, and we also found out during this, we found out the titles. Do I want that or do I want Worn Out Jeans? I guess let's go with Worn Out Jeans. During it, we found out the title for Black Panther 2, which is now Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I have no idea what that movie's going to be, but hey, again, it's good. The first Black Panther was good, so yeah, I have faith that this will be good as well. And then the other thing we got was the Captain Marvel 2 is no longer called Captain Marvel 2, and it is instead called The Marvels, because there is Captain Marvel, Spectre, which is the Spectre Phantom, whatever the name is. The logo is in the Marvels logo. And there's Miss Marvel, who is getting a show later this year. They're either, I think they're filming it right now, but I think it's scheduled to release later this year. But yeah, so we've got 3 Marvel shows all in the works, all in different. Or we got those new things, the Marvels, which has the 3 Captain Marvels. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, we got stuff for Eternals, which comes out later this year. The new Spider-Man, which we didn't get anything for. That comes out later this year. As of this moment, it might. I don't know. It's looking... Marvel's got a busy lineup. There's a lot to do. They also moved up Loki. God, I haven't been upstairs in forever in the house. They moved up Loki. Loki was originally scheduled to premiere June 11th. It now premieres on June 9th, and all subsequent episodes will release on Wednesday. So it's now just a difference of like 2 days. It'll now just all episodes will premiere on Wednesday now, which I don't know why they're doing that. Like, because I think Friday's a good date for things, especially because before it was always nice to like, oh, well, because this is the first week without anything new on Friday. Oh, she likes her outfit. Good. Because we had the MC, we've had WandaVision, we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we had Invincible. Now we got none of that. I've been thinking about starting up the second season of The Boys, just to like give me something, because I did watch The Boys, because I watched the first season and I thought it was fine, and I was like, I guess I should watch the second season, but yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited to see new Marvel movies. You know, I love me some Marvel. And yeah, we'll just see where it goes from here. It's still a ways away, clearly. Like, because I don't think Black Widow is until July, which I know is like 8 weeks away. It's some ridiculously low number like that. But that's still a fair bit of the ways away. Like, that's not tomorrow. Or I mean, that's still like 2 months away. Loki's 2 months away, or a month away, I mean. I don't know, we've still got a while. Because Black Widow would have been out already. If they had kept its originally May release date. I mean, if they had cut the May 2020 release date. But, like, if they had kept... Because they pushed it back to November, and they pushed it back to May 2021. And now they've pushed it to, I think, July 9th. But yeah, that's right around the corner. That is right around the corner. Any day now. So that'll... Yeah, we'll get there when it comes out. Let's head in here. Do I have the jukebox playing anything? Because this should still be set up from the last time. I haven't changed this at all. Yeah, Drive-In. A song Drive-In... The KK Drive-In is a song I've come to really appreciate. I'm disappointed the cat's paw doesn't wave. That's a shame. So yeah, we're back. So I said we had a Nintendo trailer, or we had a trailer to talk about. I guess let's go. You've probably already seen this, but yeah, let's go check it out, shall we? I want to talk about it, so let's talk about it. I gotta find it real quick though. I wonder if I go to the website, will it? We're gonna check out the website as well. But I wonder if it's just on the website. Let's just go over to YouTube. Give me a minute while everything breaks. Nintendo. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That is so fucking hot. You know, normally we get like... We didn't even get an hour in today. We got 40 minutes. Fuck me. Again, this is why today will be the last Nintendo stream. At least for a while. So let's head over here. So this is the new Nintendo trailer thingy. It's for... Alright, let's turn... whatever. So this... I don't remember. This happened like Tuesday, Wednesday night. And it was just like, wait, what the fuck? What? So we get this cute little trailer. And it's like, hey, they're building things, right? They're doing the thing to build the thing. That's cute, isn't it? Give me a second, I'm changing something. Yeah, sure, that works. So yeah, we got all these different variants and everything. And all those icons look adorable. So that's all cute as hell. Anyone can program a game. And we got all... I want to go back to it for a second. But we have all of these, like, examples. And we got a release date. I know there's a way to go, like, second by second. But yeah, like, we see a whack-a-mole. Like, that's a volleyball thing. That's a puzzle thing. That's, what, that's an Animal Crossing fruit tree. An Endless Runner, Minecraft, Cooking Mama, Snake, card thing, there's a bunch of shit in here. That looks like a Mario Party minigame right there. That's a stealth thing. This looks to be a lot of potential. So this is Game Builder Garage. And this appears to be Nintendo's Dreams. I actually almost bought Dreams the other day. It was on sale on... it was one of the websites. And it was on sale for like $10. And I was like... I think it was less than 10. I think it was like 8. And I was like, that's not a bad deal. Maybe I buy Dreams, right? Like, maybe I should buy Dreams. And I almost did. I ended up not doing it. But I definitely did consider it. I totally considered buying Dreams. But Nintendo has announced their own version of Dreams. Yeah, so the game built... So there was this thing in Nintendo Labo called The Garage. And I think it was called The Garage. And in The Garage, you could build your own games. There was a version in the original Labo. And then there was like a version that's more like this. Right? Where it kind of works more like this. In Labo... in the Labo VR kit. And there had been rumors of us getting, like... Because the Labo website went down or something. Or, it stopped working and it instead just redirected to, like, the Labo VR page. But there were, like, rumors of us getting, like, one more Labo project. This seems to be that one more Labo project, right? One more little, like, weird Labo thing for us to do. And I think this is neat. You know, I wonder... I see something like this and I'm wondering, like... How in-depth is this? Like, could I make, like, multiple levels? Could I basically recreate, Wii tanks from Wii Party? That'd be kind of fun. There's this tag, the racer thing. But yeah, a lot of this is from, the Labo VR, but it looks expanded. It has a lot more charm to it now. I don't. This definitely isn't for everybody. The price point is good because at launch, Dreams was $40. At launch, this is 30. And I know nowadays you can buy a copy of Dreams for I think 20. I don't know. Dreams. I was kind of something I was interested in it, kind of. Not really to play it, but to like kind of like how I'm with Mario Maker, where I'm more interested in like playing what other people do. And I've seen some cool thing like the Blessing Show over at Kind of Funny did an episode in Dreams where they showed off a bunch of like the different games in Dreams. And that was actually really cool. And like there looks to be some good games in Dreams. And while this tool looks a lot more basic, I don't know, it still looks pretty decent. It looks like it's going to have some potential. And I don't know, there's this thing like at the end of the trailer. Let's go back here real quick. I wonder where here it is. Learn to make games from the minds at Nintendo. That's a great statement right there. I'm a fan of Game Maker's Toolkit, as I've said in the past. I've never made a game. I kind of like considered it once and like I messed around with some things, but I've never made a game. But the idea of like, hey, learn to make a game from the people at Nintendo who make some of the best games of all time. That's really cool. That's like this is gonna be huge for kids and like teachers and whatnot who are just gonna love showing off this shit. In theory, this is really great. But so in Labo VR that had a mode like this, one of the big problems was that you could create your own games, and like someone recreated Mario 64 if I remember correctly. Like they recreated the entirety of Bob on Battlefield in the Labo VR thing, which was cool. But one of the things was you can create it, but you couldn't share it. It was you making your own things, and that was it. But as we have down here, share with friends, exchange codes with your friends to download. There's an asterisk. I don't know what this asterisk means. The only asterisk I find down here is that is this one, and I don't think that's what that's talking about. Maybe it's talking about Nintendo Switch Online. That's more likely. Yeah, Nintendo Switch Online membership sold separately. Maybe that's what that's talking about. But yeah, their games and share your own. Check out the programming behind downloading the games. This is really cool. Like the idea of like you can download other people's, because one of the things that people do worry about is that when this comes out, it's not going to have like, you know, like Mario Maker has like the course world where you can like see other people's like courses and like, or it'll like pick one for you at random. A lot of this game looks like it's not going to have that, which a lot of people do worry about. But you know, we have websites like Reddit and Twitter and Discord and programs like Discord where people will make their games and there'll be lists on like a Reddit or a Discord of just like, hey, here's something cool someone made in Game Builder Garage, go check it out. So well, it would be nice to see like Nintendo like feature some people's stuff. And you know, I've seen a lot of takes on this game be very cynical. I've seen a lot of cynicism, and admittedly, a lot of it is joking. Like, I've seen people like, oh, you're not happy with the games we release? Fine, make your own. That's how people have, like, treated this as Nintendo telling us to go fuck ourselves and make our own games because we aren't happy with theirs. I've seen a lot of very cynical takes like that. Those are jokes. Of course, if you look at the original tweet where they announced this, it was just filled with people bitching about this. And like, oh, why didn't you announce Metroid Prime 4? Why didn't you announce Breath of the Wild 2? E3 is in a month. E3 is in like, it's like it's either a month from today or like a month from Saturday. It's right around the corner. Like, fuck off with that. Because this clearly isn't some big game. This is just some cool Nintendo thing. They just took, it's like Labo. Because Labo got announced in what, did Labo get announced on April 20th on 420, or did it release on 420? I don't remember, but this is kind of like that. It's just some neat little thing Nintendo made that will just allow you to do cool things, and you can make your own games, and it's got its own tutorials and everything, and you can learn like how Nintendo makes games, which, yeah, the idea of like learning stuff like that sounds really good. And and it's an educational game. Yeah, no, this is definitely not for everybody, but I could see people doing great stuff with it. If my Switch wasn't broken, I would like I said with Pokemon Snap. If my Switch wasn't broken, I would pick this up. Not because I think I'll like make an amazing game or anything, but just because I think it's kind of neat. I think you can do, I don't know, people can do great stuff with this. I've messed around with things like Unity Engine before, and is it called Game Maker Studios or whatever? I've messed around with programs like that before, and yeah, I don't know, you can do neat stuff. But I wonder to what extent this like goes. Like, could you create an entire like game in this? Because from what it looks like with Dreams, you can create an entire fucking game in Dreams. From what I've seen, but I don't know how deep it'll go, and I don't know how deep this will go. But I don't know, it's got a good user interface, it looks kind of cute, and yeah, it looks like you'll be able to do a lot with it. Also, it supports mouse, so like, you can, which for some reason, Mario Maker did not, Mario Maker 2 specifically, on the Wii U gamepad it worked great. But on the Switch, you could use touchscreens, I think. But it needed that mouse support, and it just didn't have it. Because even though the game is a giant homage to Mario Paint in a lot of ways, there is no actual Mario Paint in it. Like, you can't use a mouse. But Nintendo has confirmed that, yes, you can use a mouse in this. That's really good. That's something I'm glad is here. I don't think they say it anywheres on this, but they confirmed it somewheres. Also, up to 8 players. That's interesting. I mean, we see, like in this one over here, you can make it like a 2-player game. I don't know how like complicated AI is gonna be, but there's definitely some stuff you can do. I don't know. I have hope in Nintendo that they'll just, like I said, this right here is a powerful concept. This alone kind of sells the game. The only thing that would be better, it's kind of like, I know it's not going to live up to that, because like in my head, like the perfect way to do that is like those like master classes. Like I picture like a master class about like learning to design video games from like Miyamoto. Right? That's like the dream in your head. This isn't going to be that. But hopefully this is something cool. I don't know. I think it's neat, and I think it's pretty cool. Alright, so that's that. I want to talk about Nintendo sales numbers. So give me a minute. Let me find them real quick. I'll find them. Give me a second. I think we're done with Animal Crossing. I know I'm gonna boot up Animal Crossing again probably at the end, but I think we're done with Animal Crossing for the night. It did not go well. Oh god. So let me pull up Twitter real quick. I know Daniel Ahmad was posting about it. He's, while I don't always agree with the analyst Daniel Ahmad, he is a good source for shit like this, so I guess let's go find his stuff, his postings about it. Not there. So I've got this one. And I guess we'll scroll through his Twitter and find the other one. So, yeah. So Nintendo had their recent, investors meeting. In it, they revealed all the information about, like, how the Switch is selling, the best-selling games and all that. And so I think we should talk about that, Nintendo sales figures, because they are really interesting. So we got, the Nintendo Switch has sold 84.59 million units as of March 31st, 2021. Total software for the sale has reached 587.12 million. Nintendo has sold approximately 28.83 million units of hardware and 230.9 units of software in the past physical year. So from March 31st, 2020 to March 31st, 2021. Yeah, they sold close. I think that because I think their goal was to sell 25 million units. They sold almost 30. And yeah, software sale. Of course, last year is an interesting thing because we had COVID. Everyone was playing in video games. And because of that weird storm of COVID, Animal Crossing has gone on to be one of the biggest things ever. It was one of the biggest things ever last year. And would Animal Crossing have still been big without COVID? Possibly. But there's no guarantee that it would have been this, you know? Here's a breakdown of quarterly hardware sales. The original Nintendo Switch console has sold 6.89 million units, while the Nintendo Switch Lite has sold 14.7 million units in total. OG Switch continues to be the better seller. Pandemic boost still in effect in this quarter. Yeah, so you can see it like that. So this is when the pandemic hits, and you can see it go up. You can just look at that, and then yeah, we just finished off there, which I mean, I guess this is probably when most people are buying for like Christmas or whatever. But yeah, like holy shit, look at those numbers. Here's the breakdown for quarterly software. And again, this is where Animal Crossing releases, which is yeah, that's God, I want what came out here? Smash Bros, I guess. Smash Bros around the I don't maybe not. And I have no idea what I mean, I know these are all quarter 3. This is when people do like Christmas shopping and whatnot. But yeah, it might be Smash Bros, honestly. And this, I don't know. But yeah, that's probably what those big spikes are. Holy shit. There were 54 million. Typo in the tweet above on hardware sales. I guess let's go to his Twitter and find out. There's a bunch of other numbers here. We just gotta find them. Scroll down a little bit. Probably scroll back a few days because I think this all came out like 2 days ago. Oh, here's the oops. Nintendo is adding CEO of animation studio behind Despicable Me and upcoming Mario movie to the board of directors. That's what that story is. Okay. I had no idea what that was, but yeah, that's what that is. There's some Call of Duty stuff, some stuff from that. Record years for Nintendo. The company reported 16.59 billion, up to 33%, and the highest in so in the 2008-2009 fiscal year. Operating profit was 6 billion. So yeah, basically, I think if I remember this correctly, this is Nintendo's second best year of all time. Last year, and again, there's a lot of circumstances that lead to that. But yeah, it was Nintendo's second best year of all time, which is crazy to think about. Here's some sales figures. The Nintendo Switch has sold 84.59 million units after 49 months on the market when launching online, selling faster than the Wii and the PS4. It has also surpassed the 10 million. It will also surpass the 10 million unit milestone faster than the Wii and the PS4 did. So yeah, that's the Wii. That's where the Switch is. Or that's where the Switch is right now. That's where the PlayStation is, and that's where the Wii is. Yeah. Of course, I don't think. Now, there's been speculation like, will the Switch outsell the PS2, right? Because it's on track to outsell the Wii. It's on track to outsell the PS4. It's, I think, 2 million units away from outselling the PS3. Because I know you don't see the PS3, but the PS3 eventually spikes up. And yeah, I think the PS3 sold like 86 million, something like that. It's on track. But because I think the best-selling console of all time is the PS2 at 100 and I want to say 15 million units. Somewhere's around there. Will the Switch beat that? I do not think so. I think the Switch will beat the Wii. I think it will beat the PS4. And I think it might even beat the Game Boy or the DS. The DS sold like 120 something million. I think it'll do that. I do not think it will beat the PS2 though, because the thing with the PS2 is that, well, one of the big things about the PS2 was because I mean, back in the early 2000s, VHSs were still technically a thing, but DVDs were becoming the big hot new thing. And while you could buy a new DVD player, they were kind of expensive. But the PS2 had a DVD player built in. And a lot of the time, it was cheaper to buy a PS2 than it was just to buy a DVD player. Now, admittedly, the PS3 tried the same thing with the Blu-ray player, and that just didn't work because I mean, people still use DVDs all the time, and you can still find you can't find VHSs, but you can still find DVDs on store shelves. Admittedly, you can still find fucking records on store shelves. So who am I to say? But yeah, I do think. God, look at the Wii U. Yeah, the DS just did crazy. But I do think the Switch is going to do better than the DS, but I don't think it can do better than the PS5 or PS2, because the PS2 was a cheap DVD player, and a lot of people bought it. Like, you know how, like, the joke was every home had a Wii, and like a lot of people only had like 3 games for it: Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, and like maybe like Mario Kart. Yeah, no, a lot of people had PS2s and didn't have a single game. They just used it for a DVD player. Because also the PS2 didn't go off the market until 2017. The PS2 was still selling as a DVD player, especially in like Central and South American countries, like in Brazil. The PS2 was huge as a DVD player, and it didn't go off the market until like 2017. The PS2, that DVD player thing, and it being sold for 16 plus years, I think is just unbeatable. You can't beat that. And I don't know if, I mean, theoretically a console will one day beat it. Theoretically, but theoretically anything's possible. I don't know. I don't think the Switch can beat the PS2. I think it can beat everything else. The Switch is a juggernaut right now. And while I know there were a lot of weird circumstances that this year that led to like things like the success of Animal Crossing and everything, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to overcome everything. The Switch has also sold more than the Game Boy Advance and the PlayStation Portable. It'll surpass the PS3 and Xbox 362. I don't know what the I don't know what the 360 numbers are. This was the one we looked at earlier. I'm looking for hardware sales. This is Nintendo's launch schedule. We know Splatoon 3 and Project Triangle Strategy, Diamond Pearl, Legends Arceus, yep. Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime, and Breath of the Wild 2 are all to be announced. Again, I think at E3 we're going to find out about Breath of the Wild 2. Metroid Prime I don't think is this year. Maybe next year if we're lucky, but it's not this year. And Bayonetta 3 comes when it comes. We don't know. Yeah. Do they have the sales for New Super Mario Brothers or for 3D World in here? I know that's somewhere's in here. Sales numbers, digital sales have gone up. Quarterly digital sales, mobile related, console hardware, yeah. Revenue. A lot of revenue from the Americas, yeah. Okay, well, we found... okay, so here's 3D World, actually. Sell-through of over 4 million units in the first 6 weeks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 4 million in the first 6 weeks. God, look at Animal Crossing. Holy shit. There were 36 titles between April 1st, and March 31st, 2021. That sold over 1 million units. 22 of those were published by Nintendo, while 14 of those were third-party. And here we have the top 10 games. So, Mario Kart is still fucking unbeatable. At 35 million. That's... oh my god. I was kind of thinking that Animal Crossing would have beaten it by now. Nope. Mario Kart is still unstoppable. Now, I know a lot of people will look at that number and think like, oh, why would Nintendo ever release a new Mario Kart? Right? As long as Mario Kart 8's still selling, they have no reason to make a Mario Kart 9. But that's the thing they're missing, is that a lot of people who bought Mario Kart 8 will buy Mario Kart 9 again. Probably a good... I would be even surprised if 10 million. I wouldn't be surprised if at least 10 million of the people who own Mario Kart 8 will buy Mario Kart 9. I mean, after almost 5 years of not having it, I finally bought Mario Kart. Is it 5 or maybe it's 4 years? I don't remember. after 2017, 20, no, it's 4 years. After 4 years of not having Mario Kart 8, I finally bought it this year. I finally broke down and bought it because I don't know. It was on sale, but yeah. Mario Kart 8 is fucking huge, and you know if they release a Mario Kart 9 or a Nintendo Kart, which I think was the best way to spin it, it will sell like gangbusters. But Animal Crossing is still doing great. It's at 32 million. I still think it's eventually going to topple Mario Kart. I thought it would have by now, but it will in due time. Smash Bros is still doing great at 23 million. Admittedly, I don't think that's gone up that much since last time. For some reason, I thought that would be higher, but I guess not. It's still doing great. Breath of the Wild, it overtook Mario Odyssey at one point. Still doing amazing. Still one of the best games of all time. Pokemon Sword and Shield has overtaken Mario Odyssey since last time, I think, at 21 million units. Yeah, it's a Pokemon game. Like, come on, Mario Odyssey still doing amazing. Super Mario Party just got its big update. And hey, look, here it is. The 7th best-selling Switch game of all time. Yeah, no, that's fucking big. I'm honestly surprised it didn't get more updates. I'm surprised they didn't do DLC boards or DLC whatever. Because so I think the total AAA game industry is fucking bullshit. And at one point, Todd Howard said that when people bought Skyrim, they paid the $60 for Skyrim, and that's it. That's all the money he got out of Skyrim. Which millions of people bought Skyrim. That's millions of dollars. But that's it, right? And clearly millions, even billions of dollars isn't enough for the AAA game industry. They have to make all the money in the fucking world. That's why you see games with loot boxes and microtransactions and everything. Because not only do you get that one-time $60 payment, now $70, thanks to fucking Sony trying to raise the price of AAA games, because games don't cost $60 anymore. $60 is a fucking shell price. It's a myth. Admittedly, with these games, I mean, Breath of the Wild had some DLC, Smash Bros had some DLC, Pokemon had some DLC, and Splatoon had DLC. None of these other games had paid, not even half of these games had paid DLC. Nintendo's one of the few companies that the $60 is $60. But like, you buy Call of Duty is at least $100. Because you gotta buy Call of Duty, and then you gotta buy the season pass that gets you all the new shit. Right? The $60 price is a fucking myth. But yeah, it just amazes me that Mario Odyssey, Mario Party never got any DLC. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are doing amazing, yeah. Splatoon 2 was doing great, top 10. A lot of people, there was that thing we talked about earlier in the week about people discrediting this game. Nope, one of the top 10 best Switch games. And this pisses me off. This should be Mario Maker 2. Mario Maker 2 should be in the top 10 best-selling Switch games. But because this game released like 5 months before, it got all the spotlight. And even though Mario Kart has sold like 3, or Mario Maker 2 has sold like 3 million units, maybe even closer to 4, it's not enough for Nintendo. They still consider Mario Maker a failure, or Mario Maker 2 a failure. Yeah, Nintendo revenue stuff. And yeah, and that gets us to May 5th, which is that. Because yeah, this all the garage stuff came like a day before. But yeah, there was something. I don't know. There was something else I wanted with all this. There was something else I wanted to see, but I don't remember what. But the Switch, the big takeaway is the Switch is a fucking juggernaut that cannot be stopped. And it's huge. Its first 6 weeks. Yeah, 4 million units? That's huge, especially for a remake, and Bowser's Fury was fantastic. I mean, I have it. Okay, well, I borrowed a copy. Planning to play it in like 2 weeks, and then I held on to it for a month. I actually did give it back the other day. But yeah, it's Yeah, so I don't have a copy. So even if I wanted to go back and finish the Champions Road, I couldn't. I don't have a copy anymore. That's all the Nintendo shit. The Switch is a fucking juggernaut. And it's going to keep going. I'm not going to buy a new one. Nope. Where is it? Yeah. Did I need it? Did I need any of this open for anything else? Not that I can think of. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna buy a new Switch. It sucks. It fucking sucks. I love this thing. And it sucks that I can't use it. Hey, you can see OBS in it. I love the Switch. It's such a good system. And it sucks that I can't do it. I cannot justify buying a new one. Because it's so expensive. I have the money. But I'm expecting a Switch Pro to be announced any day now. Okay, correction. I expect it to be announced in August. But August is still a while away. So I have no reason to buy a new Switch. What am I going to be even able to do with it? Come on. I can't buy a new Switch. No, I've got to save up for a thingy. I've got to save up for a Switch Pro. Fuck. This is a joke, by the way. This is an actual Switch Lite box, but this isn't. Yeah, no, this is just a box. I don't actually have a Switch Lite. That was a joke. I actually have 4 different. I've helped other people get Switches and cuz find them and cuz they were hard to get for some point. And so I have boxes and I have and I've lent out games and some of which I haven't gotten back yet. No, I have lent out games. Yeah. That was a joke. Oh wow, I actually made that. But yeah, I guess let me check my notes. Because I keep all my notes on my phone. I guess it's time for WIBE. Oh, did you hear America is back? Yeah. What does that mean? You figure it out. I know what it means to me. So we got a few things to talk about today. The first, and I switched us over to just chatting almost 30 minutes ago now, so we're in just chatting now. But the first thing is I want to talk about that movie, The Mitchells vs. the Machines. It came out a week ago on Friday, and I would have liked to have talked about it last week, but I ran out of time, and by the time we started the stream, it was already too late. Right? It was already too late, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I left it, and we didn't deal with that. So yeah. Fuck that. And I would have loved to have done more. The Mitchells vs. the Machines is a great movie. You should go watch it. Did we have anything to do tonight? Nope. We're just going to wrap it up. This is an IRL stream right now. For the rest of the night, this is IRL. Not what I want the series to be, but, we make improvises when they come. Oh, and my Switch Pro controller bit the big one. It still works, but the stick stopped being able to go right. I would press right and it would just slowly trudge along, and it was driving me crazy. So I turned off, right, kind of like what I'm planning to do with the Switch. I turned it off, put it back in the drawer, and maybe at some other point, I'll use it again when the new Switch comes out. I don't know. Yeah, it sucks to have lost. Everything's going wrong. I've got other stuff, but yeah. Everything's gone wrong. But yeah, so Mitchells vs. the Machines, a really good movie. I think it's Sony Animation, produced by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who have done so many amazing movies. They did Spider-Verse, they did 21 Jump Street, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs I did not expect to be a good movie. Same thing with I expected the sequel. Okay, I saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. It was really good. The sequel, I was like, no way. Also really good. And this Mitchell's versus the Machines, really fucking good. I will say there are some moments where I could see people being like, that's kind of cringe. Like that's that doesn't work. I can see that realistically because there's like moments where like things like pop out on the screen, or there's like 2D animation sometimes. Not like any like cool like 2D animation like sequence or whatever. Not like any like cool scene from like Kung Fu Panda. No, they're all like jokes and whatnot. But I think it worked well enough. There were one or two moments where it's like, that's a lot. But other than that, no, I think the movie is really fucking good. It's like it's got a lot of heart, right? It can either make you tear up or almost make you tear up, like some of the best Disney movies out there. It's just the whole machines thing I think is great, right? Like the like one of the things they did great was that they have at one point they fight off two of the robots and they like hardwire their like circuits get fried and they start like glitching and all of a sudden they're part of the family now and they like travel with them. And I was like, oh, that's a really good choice because that allows them to do more things. There's a this was in the trailers, so yeah, there's a scene with a fucking Furby that is hilarious. I know there's this whole thing that all product placement is bad. I don't agree with that. I think product placement can be used correctly, but there's only a few. Like Man of Steel is one of the examples of like how to do it wrong. But I guess the good example would be this, or I guess the Lego Movie, which Lord and Miller also did. I don't even think of the Lego Movie as product placement. I like it didn't even the Lego Movie is the movie I've seen the most of any movie in theaters. I saw the Lego Movie like 7 or 8 times in theaters. Really fucking good. And the second one's also really good. Like it does not get enough credit. It did not do as well in the box office. It's really fucking good. But yeah, like I don't really think of the Lego Movie as product placement. And yeah, the product placement of the Furby, because Furbies were fucking creepy. And this movie completely acknowledges it, and the Furbies worship Satan in it because they're fucking creepy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's kind of funny. There's just a lot of good moments throughout this thing. The ending packs it all together really well. There's commentary on tech billionaires stealing all your data, which is what they do. Again, Facebook, Google, Amazon all need to be dismantled because they are monopolies. It's just a all around really good movie. It's on Netflix. I don't use Net. I technically pay into a Netflix because, Netflix used to be the hot shit. But I don't really use Netflix anymore. Luckily, the other people I pay into it with still use it. But I don't use... This is the first time I've used Netflix in forever. But this is really good. And you probably have a Netflix, so yeah, or you can get one... Or, you can get one from somebody else. I mean, like, you can get their account info. Yeah, no, this is worth it. This is worth seeing it. I guess it would have been cool to see in theaters. This is going to inevitably get snubbed at the... Not like anybody gives a shit about the Oscars anymore. But like the Lego Movie, this is eventually going to get snubbed because of how it released. And this is an amazing movie, though. I enjoy the hell out of it. I think it all works really well. I know not everyone agrees with me. Admittedly, the dissenters I've seen are few and far in between. Most people agree that this movie is pretty great. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wish we could have talked about it last week when it was like fresh in my head. But yeah, because I watched it on Saturday. I don't know, and there is that part that's like speaks to me, because the kid in it wants to like go off, like makes YouTube videos and makes her little like movies, and she wants to go off to college to like go to the Southern California movie school or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I kind of get that. And, your parents don't really get it. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for 10 fucking years, almost coming up on 11. Yeah, no, I kind of get that. So I guess I also related to it in that way. I don't know. It was just a really good movie. I recommend it. I had fun with it. I don't know. There's a good chance you've seen it by now. It's everyone's talking, kind of like Invincible. Everyone's talking about it. Admittedly, when I look at like memes, like there was a day where I went and opened memes, and every fucking meme was about Invincible. Like legitimately, I'd see like dozens in a row. Mostly all from like the one scene of like, listen, Mark, you can't think birds are real. I mean, how would they fly? Birds aren't real. They're all clearly government drones, right? Like it's all that scene. But yeah, I've seen hundreds of them to the point where people are like, "Oh, this meme's already ruined. We burned it into the ground in like 3 days." And they kind of have, yeah. But I mean, the scene's really good and everything. Yeah, but yeah. That. It's just a really fucking good movie, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Do I still have? Okay, good. I do have this open still. So next up, ooh, let's just do this now. So there was a meteor shower the other day. I always we talked about last month's meteor shower. Let me just pull it open over here. This is in the I post these all in the Discord. So I try to always get like pictures of the meteor shower and whatnot, because but I live in the city, so I can't always get the greatest pictures. So this was last month's. I showed this one off before, and then I went in and I edited in the constellations, and I don't know, I thought this looked pretty good. I was like, yeah, no, that's yeah. This was what, April 22nd. Not even a few weeks later, we've already had another meteor shower. So this was taken from the back alley behind my house, or back from where there. And this is the one shot I got that had this streak in it. Is that a meteor? I have no fucking idea. It might not be, honestly, but that's the one streak I got. And the reason why I think it might not be is because it should have been more over here, but instead it's over here. So I'm not sure. Because when I went out and watched the meteors, I kind of fucked up. So I did another picture where I filled in the constellations. You have this is Pegasus, Pisces, Aquarius, and Capricorn, right? And then you have what I fucked up on was so when I looked out in the night sky, I could only see a few stars, but there were two bright stars right here and right here. And I knew this one was close to Aquarius. So I was like, is this the star that mattered? Right? This was the one thing I could see. That's probably where the meteor shower is. So a lot of my pictures are around this star, but the star I should have been looking at is I think it's this one, to be precise. This is Eta Aquarius. This is the one I should have been looking at. The thing is, though, with the naked eye, because I live in the city, with the naked eye, you couldn't see this star. You couldn't see most of these stars. Like a lot of these, you can't even see. I couldn't see with the naked eye. These are like a lot of these only show up in the pictures. So that fucked me over. So yeah. But yeah, so you can see, and then the other, so when doing all the constellations, when adding in the constellations to all this, something fucking stupid is, some of these constellations don't have like a great, like, there must have been, I looked up Aquarius, there must have been like 10 different designs for Aquarius, all of which used different stars, right? Like, I know, because like, this star right here, this one, that's an Aquarius. But sometimes it isn't, right? Because there's like this little like Y shape. Yeah, no, that's not always Aquarius. Sometimes this star is an Aquarius. Sometimes there's other stars. Like this sometimes comes over to this one and then goes down or whatever. There are no like good records for stars, especially fucking Aquarius. Sometimes it was this star that people had as right, they go from this point to this point and then to this one. Sometimes I saw it use this one. Sometimes I saw it these two connected right here. There is no good Aquarius, and it fucking pisses me off. Capricorn, on the other hand, also has its variants. Because, right, most of the time it goes up like this, but I saw a variant where it goes down, goes back up, then comes back down and goes up. Like this, this is basically like extended. So there were two different versions of Capricorn, and again, these are zodiacs, so that's probably part of the problem. Pisces over here, this is only like a small portion of Pisces. Pisces is like way bigger than this. And then Pegasus is, yeah. Now in real, actually, and then for this, so you see this, if you head up, right, so if you go this way, it eventually hits these stars coming this way. So like if I were to look, so if I took that picture, it looks straight up, I would see this. Lyra is one of the few constellations I could still see. So that's how that worked. Yeah. And then, of course, there's also this little dot right here and this dot right here. In the actual photo, they were white dots that looked like stars. And it wasn't until afterwards that I realized, oh, fuck, that's Jupiter and that's Saturn. The thing that I thought was the star, because I thought like this was like this star or something. I thought it was one of those because I was trying to get around it. No, I realized afterwards this is Jupiter and this is Saturn. They don't, in actuality, they just look like white dots, right? From where I was, they just look like white dots. So yes, I did, much like how I added in the constellations afterwards, I added in Jupiter and Saturn, like little things afterwards, just so that you could tell. But yeah, no, it's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, so I screwed that up, but I got the one picture, so hey, maybe that's something cool, right? I don't know, maybe that's cool. God, that light makes all the difference. Maybe that's cool. I don't know. Meteor showers are interesting, and I find them cool. I need to at some point, because clearly I can't get a great picture, so clearly at some point I need to get out of the city and go. I don't know how far I have to go out. But at some point, I just need to get out of the city and like try to find like a darker area where I can actually see shit. Maybe this summer, probably not, but you never know. Next up, so meteor shower. Let's talk about Taz. So I said last week that for the month of May, I will be I will be listening to an episode of Taz every day. So at first I re-listened to the first episode on May 1st, and I was like, yeah, no, this is good, right? I like these characters are kind of fun. Argo, Fitzroy, and Bud, who I'm just gonna call Bud. I mean, yeah, they're fun. The heroes and the villains are fun. I like the concept, the world, and all that. This is pretty good, right? The first two episodes were pretty solid. It's like, yeah, no, I like this. I like the Fearbulg accounting bit is fucking hilarious, right? I'm enjoying this. And then you get to the first special, which I'm doing all the specials as well, which was Dadlands. Dadlands with Brennan Lee Mulligan is fucking fantastic. That Brennan Lee I've seen some of Dimension 20, the Fantasy High. I'm super far behind on it, obviously, but I've listened to some of it. It's really good. Brennan can kind of be a lot sometimes, but he knows what he's doing and he's pretty good at it. And I need to do Tiny Heist. Part of the reason I bought do the Dropout subscription is to listen to Tiny Heist. That actually, and I never got around to Tiny Heist, and I'm super far behind on them actually. But yeah, no, Brennan can be a lot sometimes, but he's good. He knows what he's doing, and he fucking killed it in Dadlands. Like seriously, Dadlands was fantastic. I had heard Dadlands before, but I listened to it again. It's worth it. It's one of like the specials. It's one of my favorites. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite overall. I think my favorite is still the Christmas one from like 2 years ago. I guess 3 years ago now, where they did Last Action Hero, not Last Action Hero. What's the Christmas movie with the Power Man? It Last Action Heroes Schwarzenegger. Jingle All the Way, is that it? And they also do Home Alone at one point. That one was fucking that's I think my favorite one. There's like one other really good one as well. Not the Cardboard Dungeon. Oh god, I don't remember what the fuck it is, but I know that the one where they do Jingle All the Way and Home Alone and all that is fucking great. It's so good. But yeah, and we'll talk about the Christmas one. But I listened to the third episode. Now, I had said before, the farthest I had made it before was the third episode. I stopped listening around the third episode. I got busy and everything. And then I started over from fresh. I got to a point in the third episode. I think, so Clint Argo is like talking to somebody and he says something and it's just like, oh, that was really fucking stupid. That's why I quit listening to this. Yeah, that's why I had paused it for the day. And then I just never managed to. It's not like I wanted to like quit it or anything. It's not like I had planned to like never listen to the Adventure Zone again. It was just when he like said the thing, I was like, and I don't even remember what the fuck it was. It was just stupid. The whole sometimes Argo is the one where I'm like, they all have their quirks, is what I'll say. But it was just something, and I was like, oh, that's... Like, I think he was trying to, like, bluff his way out of something, and I was just like, but this time, I was like... Yeah, and I got to the same point, and I paused it, and I was like, yeah, that was it. That was where I'd paused last time, and then I just never came back. Didn't mean to, it's just that how it turned out. This time, I paused it, and I was like... And then I came back, and... Yeah, the rest of the episode was... It had its moments, but there were also some good things. That was Exit Pursued by Bear, classic Shakespeare, right? That was really funny. The next episode where they go into the field to do their training mission, that was the one I listened to. I haven't listened to an episode today, I should say. I have not listened to one today, but that was 3 or 4. God, see, and I already worry that I'm off, that I'm already like behind. I think that was 3, so I'm 4 days in, and today is what, the 7th, so I should be, maybe I'm off at some, I might be a day off, honestly. I'm trying, but you know, you get busy, because I also, as part of it, I listened to the first episode, and then I think the next day I listened to the third episode, and then I listened to the second episode on day 2, then I listened to like the second half of the second, or I don't know. I've done multiple episodes in a day, or at least I've done like an episode and a half in a day. That did happen. That's happened twice. Because the Christmas special where they try to kill Santa, which we'll talk about in a second, I also listened to it. Like I listened to like the first like 20-30 minutes of it. After I did the 4th episode. But yeah, so the next episode where they go back into the they go out into town. Them talking about like suing the monster is just kind of like, you know, a part of me feels like Griffin and Justin kind of forgot what they were supposed to be doing. That they're like, I know Griffin later on is like, oh yeah, well we're trying, or Fitzroy is like, oh we scammed it so that as long as we do this, we're making money. But it kind of because I know Justin admits he forgot, but I also kind of feel like Griffin forgot that they were supposed to be like trying to rig it in their favor, and because they seem to be working together. And I know that's just Travis had them work together because it makes the scene easier to do. But yeah, that was kind of a thing. I don't know. I said the original Adventure Zone, I was like, I thought the first arc was kind of whatever, right? There Be Gerblins. But then after that, Murder on the Rockport Limited was good. Pedal to the Metal was really good. Crystal Kingdom was okay. But then the one after that was really good. I don't remember what that arc was called. Fuck. The time loop arc after that was really good, and then the arc after that was really good, and the finale was good. Right? The original Balance storyline had its slower moments, but it was really good all around. Definitely. Then with Amnesty, because they did the superhero one, which I thought was fine. I liked Justin's character, Karnala, amazing. Justin's got such great characters. But yeah, Karnala was great. But yeah, it was fine. the Amnesty, conceptually, I was like, this is great. It was fine. And then Travis's, what, I don't remember what his was called, the Western with like ghosts and werewolves and whatnot, didn't start off great, but by the end I was like super into it. I was like, oh, I was like super invested by the end. But they eventually did Amnesty. Amnesty was, I'll be honest, I just didn't jive with it that much. I did not really jive with Amnesty as much as I wanted to, because I'm like, conceptually, this is amazing. I should be loving this. I love the characters, right? Ned, um, Duck, and Audrey. My brain just like glitched there for a second. I I liked the characters, I liked the setting, but I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into it until the final two arcs. The final two arcs were really fucking good. Amnesty ends super strong. But getting there, I was just like, because I also took forever on Amnesty. Because by the time I got caught up into the Adventure Zone, they were like 6 episodes into Amnesty or something like that. And I didn't finish Amnesty until like an episode or two into graduation. Because I didn't even know about the Adventure Zone until I think Amnesty premiered. It was around then. I could give you a close to exact date when I found out about the Adventure Zone. I can actually look it up real quick. But yeah, I didn't jive with Amnesty until the end. But the end was really good, and I guess it kind of made it all worth it. Oh, they're announcing stuff for the Jackbox Party Pack 8 already? Holy shit. I didn't even pick up 7. I just opened up and that's the first thing I see. So, I'm gonna do that. I found out about Amnesty sometime between December 2017 and where is it? I feel like I just skipped past it. Unless it... Between December 2017... Oh, here it is. And May of 2018. Wow. I wonder what got deleted there. Huh. I'll have to look into that. But that it was around then when I found out about Amnesty, and I didn't really start Adventure Zone, and I didn't really start listening to it until later in the summer. Like I think I listened to like the first arc, and I was like, yeah, that's good. But then I eventually got back to it later. But no, Taz is really good, and I'm glad I'm getting back into it. But it's kind of I feel like I'm struggling sometimes because I don't know. I like the original season, and it's funny because they're back in Dungeons and Dragons. And I don't know. I want to love this because I know, and I know by the end I will. It's just right now I feel like I don't know. And I know there's that whole thing like, oh, if you don't like it, just move on, do something else. And I mean, I guess, but I want to like it. Because again, at the end of the day, I did like Amnesty. So yeah. Because the one I listened to yesterday was the holiday one. The Live from Chicago holiday something something something. Where was it? It was called Holiday Brawl in Chicago, and I just didn't like it that much. Nah, it just I I almost fell asleep. Like there was one I was like leaning back in the chair and I'm like nodding off, and like they like knocked on something in the thing, and I thought someone was at the door, and it like jogged me awake for a second. But I didn't really care for the holiday thing in Chicago. It just didn't do it for me. So yeah, I'm back in graduation. I guess I'm at episode 5. What's yours is mine. I feel like my count is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I guess I'm at 6 in today's, the 7th. So I guess I'm assuming I listened to one today, which I probably will. I don't know. And another problem is that, like I said, when I listened to the original show, like for like the latter half, the last 2 arcs, the time travel one, the one that happened after that, and I guess the ending, I played through all of Just Cause. I didn't 100% the game, but I did a lot of shit. And because my Switch is kind of broken, I don't really have a game I can just like mindlessly put on in the background and fuck around with. I mean, I guess I could pick up, I did Just Cause 2. I guess I could pick up Just Cause 3, which I haven't played in a while. I bet that's like $10 on the PlayStation Store. Because I don't want to like start up at like a game with like a story or anything like that. No, I want something like mindlessly that I can mess around with. You know, like Fall Guys. But you know, I've done everything in Fall Guys for the season, so I don't really have much to do. So yeah, but yeah, no, I'm a few episodes into the Adventure Zone. I like the characters. I do. I think the setting is interesting, but I'm just not driving with it as much as I want to. But I'm gonna do it. I'm going to fucking do it, and I'm gonna get through it because on Thursday the new season, Ether Sea. Let's see, the Adventure Zone Ether Sea Prologue 1 Our Wasted World premiered on Thursday. Yeah, so the new season just started, and while it'll take me all month to get to it, I don't know, honestly, if I find a point where I'm like, I really get into it, from there it's easy. Amnesty, once I got into Amnesty, I finished it in like 2 days. I was trying to get the last achievement in Minecraft, the trade 1,000 emeralds. So I was working on that, and I had Amnesty on in the background, and I got through all of Amnesty, and I got the achievement. I think I got the achievement before I finished Amnesty, if I remember correctly. That achievement took forever. God, maybe I should start a new Minecraft world. I should. I haven't fought the Wither in so long. But yeah, no, the Adventure Zone's good, and I have a PlayStation or an Xbox I can do it on. So I guess the last thing in WIBE that I have to talk about is this bugger over here. So this, if you can see it, is Pepsi Blue. It's a blue fucking Pepsi. It's a berry flavored cola. It's like kind of like the I'm assuming it's like the USA, where it's a limited time thing that they're only doing for like a limited time. I guess this was a real soda that they sold back in like 2004. And they're selling it again for a limited time, only at certain locations. I went to a Walmart to get this because I saw on like Brickseek or one of those that Walmart did have it. And I get there and I'm not seeing it. And I see like and like the aisle, not on the like the main aisles, but like on like, you know, the paths. You know, like they have like the things in the middle where it's like, hey, here's these things on sale. I saw in one of those they had like Mountain Dews and Pepsis and like Fantas. And at the very, like, it was like a pallet. They had like pallets. At the very bottom of this pallet, they had some of this fucking Pepsi Blue. So I meticulously picked up, moved the pallet. I didn't have to move that many. I had to move like 2 of them. I had to move like 2 like stacks. Not that much. And I picked up a bunch of this Pepsi Blue. I picked up like 12. Not much. Because I think they're only in bottles. I don't think they're in cans or anything. But I got myself some Pepsi Blue. And now I'm not going to open this. I've had a bunch of soda already today. I don't need any more. But I have an empty one right here, so I have drank it. It's not great. I don't think like they're like the USA. I actually really like the USA. I know we've tried other weird sodas, like we tried the Mountain Dew Melon, which I thought was fine, even though I still have a case of it. Did we do Coke Cinnamon? I think we talked Coke Coffee, which I actually did like. I thought I'm never gonna have it again, but I thought Coke Coffee was fine. But this stuff, it doesn't taste like a berry Pepsi, if that's what you're worried about. Like Pepsi with berry added into it. Because they did do, do I? Oh, fuck. I might have that in here some. Give me a second. Ooh, shit. Hey, remember these? Give me a second. I've got a lot. Oh, boom, right here. So, for Spider-Man Far From Home, can's a little dusty. They did Dr. Pepper Dark Berry, right? It was a promotion for Spider-Man. This stuff is so fucking good. You can't find, of course, you can't find it anymore. I found it once, bought a 12-pack, and have never seen it again. I went back to buy another 12-pack because it was really good. Couldn't find one. All like the dark berry had been replaced with just normal Dr. Pepper. But that shit is really... That was really good. And I was like, you know what? If that stuff's really good, maybe this Pepsi Blue will be really good. Because, they managed to make that work. Nope. This does not. It doesn't taste like Pepsi. It does taste like berry. But I'm not going to say it's good. It's a very weird flavor. Like, I don't even really... Like, it definitely tastes like berry. I'll give them that. But I don't know how to describe it other than that. It just kind of... It's... Like... it's not like a LaCroix or anything where it's like you can barely taste it. No, it's got such a weird flavor. It's fucking berry Pepsi. It's blue Pepsi. I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. But I don't think maybe you can probably find a single bottle. Maybe try it if you're curious or if you're a collector like me. But I don't think this is far from the worst. Like I think I've had 2 of these so far. So it's not as bad as like the fire Pepsi that tasted like Red Hots, which I also have a can of over there. I think it was fire Pepsi. It tasted like Red Hot, like the candy Red Hots. That stuff was fucking... I think it was like cinnamon or fire Pepsi. That stuff was terrible. This is better than that, but not by much. I wouldn't recommend it. I clearly know my shit. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I guess I'm going to put that in the collection. My collection's getting really fucking big. I need to start moving stuff to make room. Of course, I did also have a can break at one point. That fucking sucked. A can broke and my desk was all sticky. Luckily I cleaned it up and you can't tell anymore. Yeah, the thing I will recommend though is if of course you are legal drinking age, Trulies. I've been people give a shit. Like I remember when White Claw started blowing up and like things like LaCroix and whatnot, and people were like, haha, it's like this is like LaCroix flavors. Hint of banana, a single red Skittle dissolved in water. Thinking of the concept of green apple, right? Like people made fun of it. But I tried White Claw and I was like, this isn't bad. I've never actually had LaCroix, or I've had LaCroix once maybe at like a party. But I tried White Claw and I was like, this isn't bad. This is not, and of course everyone's doing their own hard seltzer nowadays. There's White Claw obviously. The big 3 are White Claw, Trulies, and Vizzy. I haven't tried Vizzy yet. I almost did pick up some today, but Truly's yesterday, like earlier in the week, like Monday or Tuesday, released a new pack of fruit punch flavor, like punch flavors. There's this one, this is empty, fruit punch. There's citrus, tropical, and I think there's a berry one maybe. And I think this is the best Trulies yet. Like the original Trulies, I was like, yeah, it's a hard seltzer. Yeah, it's good. But Trulies has the lemonades, and we've talked about the lemonades in the past. And I was like, the lemonades are pretty good. I was like, yeah, I like these. I think I like these more than the lemonades. They've got like that sweet. Only it has it on here somewhere. You can't see it. You won't be able to see it, but it's 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar, 3 carbs, gluten-free, 1 gram of sugar. That's one of the great things I like about Truly's is 1 gram of sugar. Like that's nothing. And yeah, they taste sweet enough. This stuff is good. This is, I will recommend this. If you are of legal drinking age, yeah, give this a shot. I enjoyed this. I haven't tried any of the other flavor. I just bought it today. Like I picked it up like I don't know, a few hours ago. Cause yeah, I was out and I was like, yeah, I'll stop by and see if I can find that. And yeah, sure enough, I did. And yeah, I'd recommend it. It's pretty good. I got to try the other ones so far. I'm curious about that tropical one. That tropical stuff that looks pretty good. But I'll get to those in the coming days. But yeah, so that's so Pepsi Blue may have sucked. Yeah, this may have sucked. But yeah, no, I think the other stuff is the Truly's is pretty good so far. And yeah, I think that's all we've got for WIBE. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all the news. That's all the stuff. I have not been playing any games other than Animal Crossing, and I guess I did a little Pokemon. I don't know. Admittedly, I have been working on something with Pokemon. I had a stupid idea, and I've done some of it. And even though I was going to share it on Twitter, I just haven't. It's not that I don't like it. Like there's some stuff that I'm like, yeah, no, that actually turned out really nice. But I'm working outside of my comfort zone, like what I know, which is I'm glad I'm doing it because you practice makes perfect, right? You gotta start. We all start somewheres, but I don't know if I should be sharing it, so I think I'm just gonna keep it personal for now. I don't know. I have 2 of them ready, and I'm halfway through a 3rd one. So yeah, and that relates to Pokemon. But other than that, Pokemon, I haven't touched Fall Guys since we streamed it. I've been doing Animal Crossing every day, but clearly that's not been going great. Or clearly, I mean, you saw the changes. Nothing much has been happening. And yeah, I think that's been it. I haven't played anything on PlayStation. God, I wanted to play Titanfall 2, but I never got around to it. And Titanfall 2 is a story game, so now I can't put Taz on and do that. Same thing with like Horizon. I was thinking about getting back into Horizon, but I can't put that on because it's not always story elements, but I do want to pay attention to that shit. It's good shit because God, I never finished. I'm so bad. I'm so bad with video games. Instead, I just watch people freaking Let's Play Minecraft every day. Oh fuck, the new episode of You Dead. Oh boy. Oh, and I guess I watched Chilled Chaos. Yeah, I've been watching Chilled Chaos's Among Us stuff. Really fun. I still like Among Us. I know a lot of people, kind of like Fall Guys, a lot of people have turned their backs on it. Now, Among Us is still really good, and all that Town of Salem stuff, the mods, super interesting. I wish some of that would get in the default game, because that adds a whole new level of things that I think is really good. Kind of like there's the default Trouble in Terrorist Town, with the innocent, the traitor, and the terrorist and the detective. Trouble, yeah, whatever. And then there's like the version that adds in the hypnotist, the assassin, the vampire, the glitch, there's not a medic, there's a mercenary, killer, right? The jester, kind of like that stuff. And now it just adds a whole new level that adds like hundreds of hours of playability. I want that for Among Us. Because there's mods, but like the official thing, that'd be really cool. Yeah, so I guess again, 2 hours. I don't want these streams to go for 2 hours, but they always go for 2 hours. Admittedly, Animal Crossing went out 40 minutes ago. Or almost, Animal Crossing went out over an hour ago, correction. We've went an hour without Animal Crossing. Fuck, and I thought I was going to do like half an hour tonight. Hey, as long as I'm doing it weekly. I think this is episode like 7. We've been back for a good chunk of change. Okay, not episodes. It's probably closer to like 4 or 5, or probably 5. But we've been getting back for a little bit. So what's next? I think I have said We're done with Switch. We beat 3D World. We didn't do the Champions Road, but who gives a shit? And we did Bowser's Fury. There's one more thing I would love to try on Switch, because I already own it on Switch and I don't want to buy it on other systems. But that's not going to happen, so yeah, I'm putting the Switch away. And I might stop doing I've been playing Animal Crossing every day. Let me look. How many days since March 20th, 2020? It's been 414 days. I've been playing Animal Crossing for 414 days straight. And I think it's... I mean, I'm not doing anything anymore. I mean, yes, we did just get in a bunch of new villagers. I did the Mayday stuff and all that. But I think it's time... Maybe I go down to like once a week. Or maybe it's time to stop. It's been going forever. Maybe it's time to stop. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep going. Maybe things will change, you know? Who fucking knows? We definitely, I mean, we'll probably be back for day 500. And when is day 500? 500 days after March 20th, 2021. August 2nd. Maybe, I mean, unless they could, if they do some big new Animal Crossing update, between, like, let's say at E3, they announce Animal Crossing 2.0, Expanded Island, Blathers, Museum Gift, a new shop, or new shops, Gyroids, that was the other thing I was looking for, unless I said that already. We'll be back. We'll be back whenever there is a new update. But for the moment, no, I think I'm done with Animal Crossing. I think. I don't know. Who knows? I definitely don't. But we will definitely come back on August 2nd. Just because that's a good date. I mean, theoretically, we should come out back on 469, but... Oh, God, we got to do 669. That's fucking next year. Okay, I don't think it's next year, but... 600 and... Oh, that is next year. Yep, that 669 is next year. We should do we should theoretically do 420, which is in what, a week. If 420 is fuck, we might do Animal Crossing next week. Oh fuck, it's 420 next week. Oh fuck. Ah. Oh shit, that's the 14th. Yeah, that's a week from today. Maybe. I make no promises, but maybe. Because just because I say I'm not using my Switch, it's still just going to sit on my desk. I'm just never going to turn it on, you know? Ah, fuck. God, I can't resist that, can I? I mean, I theoretically could, but I also might not. Fuck. I knew the answer before I'd even looked it up. I mean, technically, it would be, it would technically be the day, before. It would technically be Thursday would be my day. If I was going by the original countdown date, it would technically be, that would be 421. But the joke's really good, so, yeah. But yeah, we're switching over to PlayStation. I think we're going to... I was considering doing it tomorrow, but we might not. I might just wait until Monday. Shadow of the Colossus. One of my favorite games of all time. I've got it on the PlayStation right here. I'm thinking we do Shadow... It should... Theoretically, I could do it in one stream. I've beaten the game in like 2 hours. But I think this time I'm going to do hard mode just to kind of spice things up, which I haven't done since the original PS2 version. And yeah... So I'm thinking we just do hard mode. That'll probably just be 2 streams. That shouldn't take that long at all. And then from there, well, you'll see. I'm not giving it away yet. Okay, I am, but I'm not giving it away yet. I do want to stream more than twice a week. And now that we're done with Switch, I theoretically could. Or 3 times, because, you know, I've been doing Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. But time is going to get... Again, June is chaos for me. June is either going to get better, or it's not going to be bad, or I'm going to be super fucking busy. I don't know as of this moment. I just signed a bunch of paperwork the other day. So yeah, it's getting real. It is getting real. And who knows, hilarity ensues and all that jazz. But I think that's where we're going to end off for tonight. It definitely didn't go the way I want. Like, I wanted to do Animal Crossing tonight, and I thought we had more time. I thought we did. But next time, I guess. But yeah, other than that, at some point we got to do those Sanrio cards as well. I have all those. We unboxed them in the first episode, or first or second episode, and I haven't touched them. We gotta do that at some point. But I think I gotta end off here. And yeah, we'll be back either tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. Mother's Day is coming up. Keep that in mind. So I'm busy Sunday. Oh God! Thank God we're all vaccinated. If you have family who does not want to get vaccinated, fucking pester and bully them into getting vaccinated. It's projected that we're not going to hit, because both the number of people needed to get herd immunity has gone up. It used to be 75. Now I think it's 85. And 30% of this country doesn't believe in vaccinations or have been tricked into not getting vaccinated for, like QAnon bullcrap. Convince and bully the people you know who don't want to get vaccinated to get vaccinated. And if you don't want to get vaccinated, go fuck yourself, get vaccinated. I want this shit to end. I want things to go back to normal. And unless people get vaccinated, we will never go back to normal. Because it's, there's these conspiracy theorists out there who are like, oh, coronavirus doesn't exist. It's all fake. It's because, the world destroyed their economies for something fake, that it's all just a scheme for the governments to seize control, right? That the governments have this master plan to take away everybody's freedom and force everyone to wear masks. And because even though masks help protect you from the government surveillance cameras, as we've seen with Free Hong Kong revolution of our time, no, people are convinced that, oh, it's a way to take away our freedoms or whatever because this country's fucking broken. But yet they don't want to yet the only way this thing ends is if we hit herd immunity, which will either happen when a bunch of people get sick or a bunch of people get vaccinated. So they're literally creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. They say it will that this is the government seizing control and that this whole quarantine thing will never end. But by not getting vaccinated, they're guaranteeing that it will never end. That we'll be stuck in this hellhole for the next 3 years. I mean, seriously, there are projections that go up to 2024. I mean, the original, a lot of people forget that. A lot of people thought 2 weeks in and out. No, if you listen to Fauci at the time, he said 16 months. We're almost at 60 months. We could almost be done with this. But people just don't want to get vaccinated. And there's been so many variants that it makes the number go up that we need for herd immunity. And as long as these people don't get vaccinated, they're keeping us like this. This whole bullshit is the people who don't want to get vaccinated's fault. They say the government's seizing control, and yet, the same people who say the government are seizing control now, a lot of them are the same ones who handed over control after 9/11. It's the same group of people. Now, okay, admittedly, there are some younger ones who were fucking babies when it happened, but a lot of the people are a lot of the conspiracy theorists, the old 40-year-olds, were the people who happily gave the government control after 9/11. Yep. But yeah, no, get fucking vaccinated. Bully people into getting vaccinated. If we learned anything in 2020, bullying fucking works. Bully the people you love to get vaccinated. Also, delete Facebook off of your elderly relatives' phones. Even if you just remove it from their home screen, they won't know where to find it. Delete Facebook. It's an evil corporation that does actually track all your data and is trying to take control of the world. And yet all the QAnon stuff gets spread on Facebook. You wonder why. Oh, fuck. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time. Peace.